What's Skate's most helpful ability? Well, to cut to the chase, it's his finisher. Yes, it's not a skateboard. Today I will show you 3 important pieces of knowledge when it comes to this ability. Its stats, why you should prioritize it, and of course, the most important one, its use cases. This is coming from a good skate player. Ignore that. So let's get started with the first info, the statistics. The first stat is the immobilization stat. This stat is for when you get put into an animation and you're stuck in one place, immobilized. Who would have guessed? And is just like me when I see a tank on the battlefield. Anyways, you are immobilized for approximately 1 second. I over-exaggerated that, didn't I? Well, anyways, during the time when you have the opportunity to aim, you have 0.8 seconds to use this ability, which is funnily enough the same amount of time supports have to live after this ability is used. It has a gigantic hitbox, and it does 60 damage, which is, small, but it makes up for this with its most important statistic. It's 2 seconds stun. This stunt is the reason why I believe this ability is really important to Skate, who is clearly the best fighter. I'll go more in depth about that 2-second stun later. Anyways, let's get on to the more interesting piece of info. The second piece of info is why you should prioritize it over other abilities. Well, it's just bash him, the other stunning move, but 10 times better. Speaking of which, I already have a video on that ability. Moving on, because it's bash him, this finisher is the only one in the game that stuns your enemies and can absolutely destroy supports when used correctly. Oh, you wanted to help your team? Well, too bad. You're getting your ass stunned. This finisher is set up in a way that makes it incredibly helpful to your teammates and yourself when it comes to crowd control, which is the one aspect Gate's always lacking. Just look at this. No, not that. Oh boy. But if you use this finisher, that won't happen when you're up against crowds. But not only that, the ability has the potential to deal 300 damage in total when you go up against a full team. Now, let's talk about the most important part, and the part of this video you probably clicked on for. The use cases for this ability. This ability should be used when you have your team with you. Trust me. Never use any of Skate's stunning moves without your teammates, unless, of course, you're going up against one person. If you try using this alone in a crowd, well, you're gonna get mauled. So if you're going up against one person, don't use this ability. Seriously. Instead, use bash him. But anyways, the reason you should use this with your teammates, which, Skates normally don't work with, is due to the fact that it's one of Skate's only abilities that can make him a team player. I mean, just look at regular Skate players. They normally rely on their teammates. Yeah, I'm not really much of a team player out there, as you can see. But that's Skate's typical playstyle. And people normally don't like that playstyle, despite him being literally designed like that. But because of how the finisher works, you can become the one the team relies on instead of the other way around. You relying on your team. There are a few other use cases, but that's the main one. Helping your team when they're in the middle of battle can just stun everyone on the field. One that I would say should not need to happen is using the finisher as an escape tool. Just like how I use my teammates as an escape tool. But it is a little helpful if you're in a pinch. You can use it if you want. Not gonna be the greatest, but it's there. You can also stun the person while you're escaping, which is, I guess, a bonus. Anyways, it's much more helpful if you can actually help your team while pulling off this ability. So try to use it when you have higher health, which is the main thing. So you can, use all your other abilities and help your team, especially if you single out supports. This makes it so your team can absolutely slam the opponents while the tanks sit and do basically nothing. This ability should absolutely be used when any of the other team decides to use their finisher. Any of the fighters that use their finisher use this ability. That's because the stun can cut their finisher time in half. basically. And it's a really good shutdown move and allows your team to focus them. Oh, wait, what's that? You're a coil main that just used your finisher? Well, unfortunately for you, your finisher time just got cut in half. Oh boy. That's good. Anyways, as I'm sure you noticed, this ability is incredibly useful to a team due to its ability to strategize with and overall having a lot of potential for team wipes. In conclusion, I think this ability is incredibly important to Skate because it allows him to do many things he can't really do with his base kit, his regular moves. It allows him to basically become a helpful team supporter, someone who can actually help against large crowds. And overall, I think this is absolutely one of his best moves. But it's not the best compared to his regular skateboard. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to tell me some feedback down in the comments. And also, I have another video here in this top corner. If you like this one, you should check it out.